Right, so scales aren't always the most interesting thing to learn, but here are 5 that I think really are the best. And if you can get them down, then you are going to make some great music. Why am I counting? Let's get to it. So first things first, it's for major scale. Yes, everyone knows for major scale, but no one ever really just plays it and improvises and composes with it. And no one really thinks about the formula to then make it in other keys. And bear with me, I know you might already know the major scale, but if you don't know the formula, this will really help, and it's always good to reiterate, and it will be really good to know it so that you can put the other scales on top, and you'll see what I mean in just a moment, so hang around. Okay, so the major scale goes like this. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. A semitone is the distance from one note to another, irrelevant of whether it's white or black, and a tone is 2 of them combined, so it looks like this. If I start on C and I go up a semitone, I end up at C sharp. From C sharp to D is a semitone, from D to D sharp is a semitone, D sharp to E is a semitone, and E to F is a semitone, because of course there's no black note. It's irrelevant of what note you start on, going up a semitone gets you to the next immediate note. And the same for going down, you could say I go down a semitone from C to B, down a semitone from B to B flat, and so on and so forth. And 2 of those semitones make a tone, which is C to D, or D to E, or E to F sharp, because of course we don't have a black note, therefore we've got to skip one, so E to F is a semitone, F to F sharp is a semitone, thus you have a tone. Right. Is that a quick enough recap for you? If it doesn't make sense, just let me know below, but semitones and tones are the fundamental building blocks of making a major scale. Once you know the major scale, then you can add in the harmonics, you can add in the flats, you can add in the sharps, and create these new scales that I'm just about to tell you now. So, scale 1 is the major scale. Let's do it. So, remember what I said about the tones and the semitones? If we start on C, the formula for a C major scale is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And you can see I didn't start my tones and semitones on that first note. I started on my root, so that's tone, sorry, that's my root, then tone up to D, tone up to E, semitone up to F, tone, 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 semitone. And because you know it as a formula, it's going to apply anywhere on the piano. Whether you start on C, F, B flat, A flat, whatever you want to do, as long as you go root, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, you'll end up with a major scale. Right, on to scale number 2. Scale number 2 is the natural minor scale. In most grades, you're often taught the melodic and the harmonic. The harmonic's coming later, but I personally love the natural being a flat 3, 6 and 7. So you take your C major scale, or any major scale, but we'll stick with C, and you turn them all into numbers. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C now turns into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you flatten the 3rd, 7 and a 6. I did that in the weird order, but that's what you have to do. And you end up with a natural minor scale, and it sounds like this. C major scale, C minor scale. Do you hear the difference? If I play a C major chord in the left hand with a C major scale in the right, it sounds very happy. With a C minor scale, it sounds very dark. And it sounds so great when you improvise. Okay, you're not here for the improvising, but it's a great scale. You've got the major, you've got the natural minor. Now we've got 3 more. The next one up is the harmonic minor, and it doesn't take much of a change for it to sound really different. The natural minor is flat 3, 6 and a natural 7. So you don't have to do that much to the major scale. Remember, we're always starting off with the basis of a major scale. All you have to do is flatten the 3rd and the 6th, and you end up with the harmonic. Distinctly sort of Egyptian, Middle Eastern sort of sound. Shouldn't have gone major there, minor. Anyways, that's the 3rd one. So to recap, we had the major with root, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Then we had the natural minor, which was a flat 3, 6 and 7 on top of that major scale. And then the harmonic, which was a flat 3 and 6 on top of that. And now we get into the cool scales. We get stuff like the blues. I've got the major and the minor blues to show you, and they both sound awesome. So here we go. Remember, it's all about a formula. So while I get this positioned, think about it like this. If you know that major scale, all you have to do is remember numbers from that point on. You don't have to remember every single note on the piano, as is often the case when you're trying to be taught grades. No, just learn the major scale, then learn the formula, then you can work out anything so rapidly. So, The major blues scale goes 1, 2, flat 3, 3, 5, 6. And of course, it's here on the top. I snuck in a B there. Let's do that again. Just sounds so cool. Snuck in a B flat on that one, shouldn't have done it. But you see, it's bluesy, but it's major. So let's get the final scale involved, and that's the minor. 1, flat 3, 4, sharp 4 or flat 5, 5, flat 7, 8. Sounds so good as soon as you get, let's say, a C minor 7 in the left hand. I'm getting distracted, but it's still good. You don't have to do anything exciting. Literally, I just walked down the piano. I'm not thinking about every single individual note. I'm just thinking, yeah, let's sort of have a wander. Let's play a note above and below sometimes. Let's just make sure we're playing anything related to that scale. So that is it. That is the 5 scales. You've got the major, you've got the natural minor, you've got the harmonic minor, you've got the major blues, and then you've got the minor blues. You learn all those 5 and you're set. Like, seriously, you've got every application covered. You've got anything that sounds sad, you've got anything that sounds happy, you've got anything that's meant to have a little bit of a relaxed vibe, a little bit of a blues style to it. You're covered, so long as you learn those 5 scales, or at least the formula for them. Because if someone suddenly comes along and says, oh, I've got this great track, could you write a top line over it in the key of A flat, natural minor? You're like, what even is that? I've never seen it before in my life. Well, all you have to do is go, right, let's use root, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, work out A flat major, and then flatten the 3rd, 6th and 7, and you found your scale. It doesn't matter if you don't know what the notes are, you've just worked it out from the top of your head from these formulas. You memorize them, you will be set. So remember, you know, with any luck, you know the major scale now. It's all the tones and the semitones. The natural minor is for flat 3, 6 and 7. And it sounds sad, but it's not contrasty. It's not harsh on the ears at any point. Next up, we've got the harmonic minor, which has the flat 3 and the flat 6. It's still got the natural 7 in there from the major scale. And that's the harshness, that's the contrast that makes it a little bit Middle Eastern, a little bit Egyptian, and sounds so funky. And finally, we had the major blues, 1, 2, flat 3, 3, 5, 6, and you can apply that to any scale, and the minor blues, 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5, 5, flat 7. And you've just got endless possibilities. And the more you practice them in different scales, the more you will never have to think about those numbers or those notes again, because your fingers will know exactly where to go. Let me know what you think. I whizzed through this, but I think it's the sort of learning that people can really just take, grab, and put into practice immediately. Just write down those formulas, go back in the video, write them down and apply them. See what you can do, see if you can apply them to your compositions, your improvisation, just anything regarding instrumentation. So let me know what you think, put a comment below, like this video if you think it helped, dislike it if you think it didn't help, but most importantly, if you dislike it, feel free to do it, but put a comment below anyway. And then maybe subscribe to see if I make other bad videos in the future. And maybe click the notification bell so you never miss a bad video. So you can always dislike the videos. Do it, it's fine. But on a more serious note, please just subscribe if you think you're gonna learn something from me. I've got so many plans to put into practice in the future, and I want you to be there to see them. So, stay motivated, keep practicing. I'll see you tomorrow for another video, and I hope you have a good one.